You're listening to GotTechED the Podcast with your hosts, Eric Geis and Nick Johnson. Welcome back to GotTechED the Podcast. This is episode 148 called 6 EdTech Tools for Fast and Easy Differentiation. In this episode, we'll talk about 6 of our favorite sites that actually make it possible to differentiate your classroom materials. In a bonus intro segment, we'll also go over some of the new Canva Magic Studio tools that are leveling up the use of AI in this already excellent website. This is another episode you don't want to miss. Check it out.
Yo, we all back. And for the first time in a long time, I actually feel like myself.
And the first time in a long time, I do not, because I am the sick one now.
Sorry, man, that's probably my fault.
That's right.
But anyway, finally have my voice back. It's been 3 weeks, and, before that, we had another thing we had to take care of. But we are back for some podcasting today. I'm super excited about this episode. One, because I could speak and it doesn't feel like I'm, squashing a toad every time I say something. But the other thing is this content is something I'm very passionate about. So let's get into some updates.
Yeah, this is, eventually we're going to get into differentiation, and it's funny, it's one of those topics where I was positive we must have done an episode on this in the past, but I just checked all 147 prior episodes, and indeed we have not. We've definitely gotten into this because most of what we talk about could be called differentiation or spun that way, but we've never focused on it solely, so that's what we're bringing to the table here. But we're going to save that because there's some other stuff going on literally as of today. So we're recording this October 4th, 2023. So just a couple hours ago, one of our favorite sites, Canva for Education, released some exciting new tools. They call it Magic Studio. And we thought it would be fitting to run down the list of these tools. Maybe you haven't heard about it yet. If you're listening to this at a much later date, maybe months or years down the road, I bet they're still out there and you might want to give them a look because some of these are pretty amazing. Now, have you seen all these already? Are you familiar with most of these Magic AI tools?
So I was on that list to go and view. I thought it was going to be this big reveal, but it was actually a pre-recorded video. But that's all they had to do because it explains everything.
Right.
So I knew it was coming. I saw some of them early because I think they pushed them out a little bit earlier before the announcement.
Yep.
But I'm not going to lie, I just haven't been in tune with the AI portion since the big reveal the last time of Magic. So I know this is a continuation of that, and I am looking forward to this.
Yeah, same. I haven't tried them. I just watched their little reveal video, but we're going to go through the names and briefly describe what each one does. I'll take the first one. It's called Magic Video. In Magic Video, it lets you, it's going to pull up a bunch of images or other video clips, and all you do is go down the line and check them, and you can check, I assume, as many of these things as you want. And then after you've selected these photographs or other video clips, there's a little field where you can tell Canva what you want it to make, what type of video you want it to make using those images. The example they shared was a little happy birthday video for somebody. So it said, make a birthday video for Tony. And then it takes all those clips and all those pictures, automatically formats them into a Canva style, which means it looks awesome. A Canva style video done for you in seconds with the AI that's functioning in the background. Very, very cool thing.
It's awesome. I'll talk a little bit about Magic Switch, which is when you have a team working on a collaborative whiteboard space, you can magically switch that into a Canva doc after you're done with the whiteboard. So that's huge. It allows you to save what's on your whiteboard and actually maintain it in a doc.
Yeah, very cool. So this to me was like if you were using one of those collaborative whiteboard spaces in Canva, kind of for its purpose, which is like, let's brainstorm, let's get our ideas out there, let's make a schedule. And then after you're done working as a team, you want to formalize all that stuff and actually get it in some sort of a, something that you could maybe print out or turn into a PDF and then share around. Whereas before, somebody might have to sit there and take all that info and put it into a Canva doc or another Canva design. Now it's just going to take all that information and do that for you automatically. And I don't know this, but I have a feeling Magic Switch can jump between lots of different formats. For example, if you had a Canva doc and you wanted it to make a Canva presentation slide deck out of that, I'm pretty sure it's going to allow switching back and forth between lots of different design types. Can't confirm it because of how new this is, but you could see the benefit of that as well. If you've got, let's say you import some, PowerPoint slides into a Canva presentation, and you can now tell Canva to automatically turn that presentation into an infographic, and now you've got your design switch in seconds. So that one is one of the more powerful ones, seemingly at least.
See, I also like this as if you're a math teacher, a physics teacher, a chem teacher, and you give kids problems to work on. With our Chromebooks, they can, flip them over and it becomes a tablet. So why not work on one of those? And then they can hand in their work using this magic switch, and off to the races they go. I think it's just another way of digitizing work if they are more comfortable working on their Chromebooks. Maybe they have a stylus, I don't know. Maybe
Right.
they just use their finger, but either way, you have the work that you need to show that they know how to do whatever stoichiometry problem, for example, that they're working on.
Yeah, could be very cool. I'm going to do the next two of these because the first one doesn't seem super groundbreaking to me, but it's helpful to know. They call it Magic Write. This is essentially text generation, just like ChatGPT, but just happening in Canva now. So if you have a text box, you can say, write some directions for how to open a new Google Doc and insert a GIF. And it's going to write it out for you so that you don't have to. That's, pretty self-explanatory. More interesting is one that I think is new called Magic Media. If you've ever played around with kind of the predecessor to ChatGPT called dall-e, this is an AI image generation platform where you can go there and say, I would like to see a picture of, Joe Biden riding a donkey into a volcano. And it's going to give you sort of that like weird AI version of that thing as you describe. That's Magic Media. You can do that just now in Canva. You can tell it exactly what you want. The example they gave in their release video was simply the words vibrant jungle city. And it gave you just that, a city that was clearly sort of meshed with a jungle. The really cool part to me was it does this in video as well. So these are not just images, but the vibrant jungle city that it created, there was like a breeze blowing through and the trees were flowing and there was people walking around in and out of the buildings. So we're not just talking about images here. These are now like kind of B-roll type stock video clips that you can make on demand using this, which, lots of opportunities there if you're making your own video content to build that stuff into it. That's
insane.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
That one caught me too. That was pretty cool.
You did too, so I'll do too. Magic Expand. This one's pretty simple. So if you have a picture that is, say, a 4x6 vertically, the 6 inches is vertical, and you want to take that and put it into an 8x8 frame, you could expand the borders. It's going to automatically create the rest of the photo as it was already there. So that's pretty cool. Magic Grab is another one, and this is where you can move elements around within a photo with click and drag and ease. So I'm taking this one as you have two people in a photo and you wanted to move the one person further ahead than the other one. You could just click on them and it kind of separates them from the picture. I guess you could have done that before by doing like double copies, background remove, or and, taking out the background and then adding a duplicate copy and doing the same thing there and adding both people back into the image. But this does it all for you just by clicking on it. So it's making you eliminate steps, and it's going to make something awesome quicker.
Yeah, it was so, the magic grab is so cool, and you nailed it with your description. I gotta say, the only one I have tried is Magic Expand, and it was a picture of me, and it was me and my daughters in one of these like little kid hiking backpacks behind me. We were in the woods, and I wanted to expand that to fill up the frame of the page. It did a really good job with the woods. Like it drew in what it thought the rest of those woods might look like, and it didn't matter, right? Because it's just trees and stuff. So who really cares? That's not what was actually there at the time, but it looked good. My daughter's elbow was half out of the frame of the original picture, so it was trying to guess how to like finish off the elbow that was sticking out, and it did not do a good job at guessing. Like it turned this little piece of her elbow that was out of the original photo into like some weird...
I was hoping you would say cauliflower.
I wish it was that. It was worse. It was like some weird second human. It like made a whole nother person next to me. And this person's elbow was connected to my daughter's original elbow, except it was like, I don't know. It was terrifying. It looked like some kind of freaky monster. So if you're going to use Expand, just understand that it's not perfect, and it's best for things that are like, if you're standing behind a brick wall, it can do a great job at expanding that brick wall or those woods. But anything that's unique, like even something as simple as a little elbow, it's not gonna, it's not the most perfect system. But that's just how that's gonna work. And there is just one more of these, which I think this is also one that might make the top of the list for me. It's called Magic Morph. So this would be, they say you can do it with any element, although their example was text. So they had the word pop. And so you click the element you want to morph, and then you tell it how you want it to morph it. So how do you want this text to look different? And their example was, make it a beautiful glossy green foil balloon with a sharp reflection. And then it uses the AI to turn that text into a font where it looks like the letters P-O-P are made of balloons, that kind of cellophane balloon that you might buy for someone's birthday party. Now your letters look just like that. I don't know how extensively well this is going to work. Like, what if you said, make these letters, made out of like snakes or something? Like, is it going to do literally anything you type in there? I have no clue. But super cool, because I know when I'm doing stuff in Canva, I spend a decent amount of time trying to decide, like, okay, I know in my head I want this text to be big, bold, maybe glowing, maybe like a neon sign. And now you can just kind of tell it that and let it do all the hard work, rather than me sort of sifting through the different examples of fonts that are there. And that wraps up the official list. I don't believe I've left anything out. If you're not a Canva person, these are just like, 7 more really great reasons to get into this platform and use it to start creating some of your digital resources as a teacher, and then for your students too, who are working within this platform.
All right, so awesome job to the Canva design team again, the tech team over there. They've brought more to us than, I don't know, where do they get all this stuff from? I mean, I know AI is out there. It has all this different usages, but they're bringing it in and they're containing it. So it's not overly hard to use, and it's not ridiculous in how many steps you gotta go through in order to get something out of it. So great job, Canva. We love you.
This podcast is a proud member of the Teach Better Podcast Network. Better today, better tomorrow, and the podcast to get you there. You can find out more at teachbetter.com/podcasts. Now let's get back to the episode.
All right, second segment here is all about differentiation. So how can we use Edtech sites, Edtech tools to differentiate for our students? I'll grab the first one here because, we've been using